Hey guys, listen. Happy Wednesday. I'm glad to see y'all in the building. I'm here really quickly, not with a tea time. I'm actually having a green juice. I've been missing our tea time and been missing y'all by not doing my tea time. So I figured, you know what? Let me come with a quick little video and give y'all an update on my take on the latest Wendy Williams situation. So although I don't have my tea, I am having a green juice, okay? This green juice actually didn't come from Starbucks. I just dumped it in this cup so I could throw a whole bunch of ice in there and drink my green juice. So, what do I have to give you on Wendy Williams? I'm sure many of you might have heard that unfortunately our beloved Wendy Williams, and listen guys, for the love of Wendy, how you doing? Okay, so can we get a how you doing in the chat there for me, please? You know what? For the love of Wendy Williams, unfortunately for her, the other day she fell off the wagon, okay? Started drinking again. And there are a lot of people like, leave Auntie Wendy alone. She's just trying to have fun. She's trying to have a little drink. Mind your business. Well, guys, a little drink for someone that is an alcoholic and that has been to rehab several times, it's not just let them have fun. That little drink can take them back off, off the road, off track, and down the wrong road again. So a little drink to an alcoholic, it is a big thing. So I was sad when I saw the article saying that, Wendy was out drinking and they said pretty much she seems lonely. I think that ever since Wendy broke up or got divorced from Kevin Hunter, she just could not find herself again. And can you imagine, guys, whether, although the relationship between her and her ex, Kevin Hunter, was, horrific from our eyes, from everything that we know about it and what we see, I'm sure they had some good times together. And when you have spent 20 plus years with someone, you pretty much grew up with them and that's all you know, and then that person is gone, it can be heart-wrenching. It can really destroy the person that is left behind. And I think for Wendy Williams, she just really can't seem to recover from her broken marriage, which left her with a broken heart, which left her lonely. And if it was up to Kevin Hunter, it would have left her broke also. Okay. So let me share my screen with you really quickly. And let's just look at this one article here. Let me see. Let's look at this article right here. Everybody kind of seeing that a little bit there. It says leave Auntie alone. Okay, so fans want people to leave Auntie Wendy alone. But see, what kills me with the fans sometimes is, they're like, oh, leave her alone. But then if something bad happens to her because she goes into like a alcoholic coma or something like that, then people would have been like, oh my God, somebody should have helped us, somebody should have stepped in. It's like, which one do you want? Step in while you're getting this scream out for help from Wendy, or wait till it's all said and done and nobody can help her and then be like, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay. So it says, leave Auntie alone. Fans defend Wendy Williams after she was spotted drinking at a bar months after rehab. That's bad. No, don't leave her alone. We need help. Okay. Somebody need to do a wellness check and get her back into rehab yet again. It says Wendy was spotted out enjoying a few drinks in New York City 5 months after she was released from rehab following health and wellness challenges. Okay, so she was good for 5 months, and then here she is back on the the alcoholic drinking again. The former daytime host spent last Friday at an Italian restaurant. Okay, she ended up at a gay bar called the Townhouse. Okay, afterwards. Okay, in summer in with or they said with a host, a podcast host, and some of his friends. Okay, so sure, she went to the bar, and then she went somewhere else to a gay place with one of her another podcaster and his friends. Okay, the 49-year-old journalist told Page Six that Wendy's lit up like a Christmas tree to see someone she knew. So you know what's sad? She's probably lonely also, right? And that's the worst thing. But see, that's the bad thing about if you get married and you have a controlling spouse that doesn't want you to have any friends and be around your own family, then if y'all two ever break up, who do you turn to? Who do you have? So Kevin Hunter allegedly isolated Wendy Williams from her family and friends for over 2 decades. And then when they broke up, she has no one. Okay, so they say, she was just lonely. So he talked about his encounter with Wendy Williams, on his latest episode of his podcast. And they tell you at what point you can queue up to see, what they talked about. He said that she looked well but seemed lonely. And that's sad, right? Wendy said, come and join me. So he said, Wendy told him to come and join him. He said, I was with friends. I'm not leaving them. And Wendy was like, no, everybody can come and join her, right? So they had a bite to eat. They had some drinks, but then they was ready to say goodbye. But Wendy Williams didn't want them to leave. How sad is that, right? So the British native confessed that it was Williams' idea to continue the fun night at a bar. So they first went to eat and then they went to a bar. He said, can you imagine when we walked in with Wendy Williams, the place exploded. People went insane. They were sending drinks and coming over and taking selfies, he said. Also stated that Williams told him that she plans to move to LA in a few weeks for an upcoming show. Okay, that is in the works, all right? That's what he said happened. According to Page Six, an individual who was dining at the restaurant said that Williams kept saying she wanted to get drunk tonight. She wasn't hiding her drinking, which, that's sad. At the news about Wendy Williams' wild weekend, media personality Perez Hilton shared the information on his Instagram, where several fans contributed mixed responses in the comment section. Okay, somebody said, I love to hear some Wendy news. Glad she's out and mingling. I mean, we want her out and mingling. We don't want her out mingling and drinking. Okay, well, if she doesn't want the happiness, but if she doesn't want the happenings, let her destroy herself. Well, that was kind of mean. Somebody said she doesn't give 2 Fs. Okay. She doesn't give 2 Fs. It may seem like that because she's still in a lot of pain. And maybe at the rehab, she should be in intense therapy so that she doesn't slump back into these kind of ways, right? Where she's feeling like the only way that she can feel loved or be around people is to go out partying. And then somebody said, listen, y'all, go ahead and leave Auntie alone. So she checked into, the wellness rehab place, in September 2022. I'm not going to go through, this whole history because we kind of know the history. If you're a Wendy Williams fan, you know the history with Wendy Williams, okay? But she's living a lonely life in New York and was abandoned by all of her friends, okay? Since her release from rehab in October, Wendy was described in some reports as living a lonely life in New York and abandoned by her friends. So, but the thing is, when you don't have friends, there's so many groups now. And I know it's hard because she is Wendy Williams. And if she was to go to like one of these groups, like, they have on Facebook, like, hey, if y'all like to play checkers or chess, or if you like to roller skate, or if you like to dance, or you like to hang out in the park, or you like to walk every morning, there's all different type of groups you can join where there's everyday people who kind of don't know each other, but they come together for their likeness of a certain activity. But how can Wendy Williams do that, right? Because if she were to do that, to join a group just randomly like that, then everything that she probably did or said in the group, somebody will probably record it just so they can report it back to social media. So being a celebrity is not easy. And being a celebrity with no friends, I'm sure it's pretty rough, because it's like, who do you talk to? Who do you hang out with? But again, a cautionary tale for, all females out there, like if you're dealing with a mate who doesn't want you to be close to your family or your friends, I would steer clear of that, because if anything happens between you and that mate, then who do you have? Who do you run to? Who can you hang out with now, right? So I'm gonna share the latest article where they're pretty much saying that her podcast is not gonna happen. Okay. So wait, let me stop sharing. Let me just share this other article. All right. So that's not the article I want to share. Give me 1 second. Y'all know me. Don't judge. I'm still learning how to do this. All right, there we go. This is the one I want to share, right? Where says, "Oh my pod." Wendy Williams tells friends her highly publicized podcast has been canceled before launch amid health issues. Okay, and that was just today. So Wendy Williams has told friends that her highly publicized podcast has been canceled before it even launched. A source close to the former TV host exclusively told the U.S. Sun that Wendy's, whose latest project was officially announced over the summer of 2022, recently told friends there is no podcast, right? So it's a wrap. And look at Wendy in her purple chair, in her I guess like her condo, in New York. There's no podcast, okay? And this is when people, this picture is from when people claimed that she was come out and about in the streets and she was kind of filming for a reality TV show. So now with Wendy, we just don't know. They said it's strange because she's saying there's no podcast, but she is also telling people she's going to return to TV. It's hard to figure out what is based in reality. An Instagram to promote the Wendy Williams Experience podcast launched in January 2022, and it contains a link to a website selling merchandise with the star's catchphrases and podcast branding. However, the site's read more section about the podcast leads to a broken link that announces the account has been suspended. Okay. The last time Wendy Williams herself publicly addressed the project was back in November of 2022 at the WBLS event. So, guys, pretty much I think that if Wendy is back to drinking and partying and even before the drinking and the partying, she had a whole bandit of health issues. I really think that this podcast is seriously not going to happen, and it's a wrap, guys. So I will say this to you. Let me stop sharing this screen for a second. It saddens me that this is happening, but in a lot of ways, I really feel like the focus should not be a podcast, a reality show, or anything like that for Wendy Williams. I think she truly needs to focus on, going back to rehab perhaps again, getting intense therapy, and being at least 365 days clean before she even begins to think or talk about a project. Or you know what, to be honest with you, because so many people in the real world deal with this situation where they go to rehab, they come out, they fail, they have to go back again, and they go back over and over again. Honestly speaking, if she wants to do anything, I think that she should do a reality show based upon her health and her recovery and the struggle she has with alcohol, other substances, and perhaps how she's trying to weave and get herself out of that particular situation. I think it would serve as a good reality show, not so that we can see drama, so that people that are going through the same struggles as her can see that, you know what, it's not just me. There's somebody that's bigger than me, that has more money than me, and that is having these same struggles. And perhaps because they have the strength to keep trying over and over again, so can I. So listen, guys, Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. What do you think about Wendy Williams' podcast being the kabush? It's not going to happen. How do you feel about Wendy falling off the wagon? I'm still praying for her. I wish her well. But again, I don't wish her well so that she can get back on TV or on the radio or do a podcast or a live stream or whatever. I wish her well because I want her to get better as a person, as a human being, as somebody that I watch like most of my life and listen to a large part of my life. I was with Wendy Williams back when she was on a radio show and didn't even have her daytime talk show. And the moment she got her daytime talk show, I was there from the beginning to the bitter end. So, and for the love of Wendy Williams, all I want to close this out and say, y'all, how you doing? Okay, so I'm hoping Wendy Williams gets better. I don't want to see this podcast. I don't want to see a reality show again, unless it is a reality show based upon her getting healthy and her recovery. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.